Good morning from day 205. We are going southbound today. So I don't know if you guys remember, but I had some trail angels drive me into Bethel about 4 days ago. Well, I texted them last night and they are amazing and drove up, picked me up. Oh, weed whipper or something. Picked me up, drove me an hour to the opposite side of the Bigelows, and now I'm hiking back to the hostel. The hostel currently isn't doing shuttles because of they're understaffed, I guess. So, and the hostel charged $1 per mile, but the shuttle drivers in the area charge like $1.50 to $2 per mile, which would have made it a really expensive trip. So they came and drove me. I'm hiking back to the hostel, and yeah, unfortunately, going northbound, it's 5,000 feet of ascent. Going southbound, it's 5,200 feet of ascent, which I guess in the grand scheme of things isn't that much of a difference. And I'm slack packing, so that's really where the big difference is. But this says 17.3, but my phone says 16.3, so I don't know. Hiking a lot today. I was wrong. It's 16.8 miles and 5,400 feet of ascent. So 4 massive days in a row. But I'm taking a 0 tomorrow because it's supposed to pour all day, and I don't want to hike in that. Plus, I'm a day ahead of schedule because I'm doing 4 massive days in a row. So, and then I'll just have 3 days of hike after my 0. 3 days of hiking to Shaw's. I'm taking a 0 at Shaw's. Lots of 0s these last 2 weeks. And then finishing it on up. I could have just I guess theoretically I could Nero into Shaw's, but the mileage just works out better to push like a 22-mile day into Shaw's, and then take a 0 the next day. And I want to take a 0 because I want to talk to the Shaw's people. I have to resupply, figure out mileage stuff, decide if I want to do a food drop. Kind of leaning towards no, because I don't know if there's going to be anyone that's pushing as fast as I am, and the bucket costs $75, but can fit multiple people's food. So I don't really know if I want to pay that much for just myself, but I don't know, we'll see. It's a beautiful day though. Well, this is slippery. I'm trying to stay, there we go. Trying to stay on the side where the roots are, but wet slabs of rock. Ah, the joys. I am fully in the clouds, so doesn't look like I will have any views today, but honestly, can't really complain because I had perfect weather in the Whites and got basically every single view there. I think this is like the first, I don't know, iconic Northeast mountain range that I've been stocked in for, so I've gotten most of them. Got stocked in a lot in Georgia. Didn't really see a single view there from any of the mountains, but I have had pretty good luck with everything else. I just stopped for maybe 10 or 15 minutes and downed some food. Is this the trail? I think so. Had cheese and crackers, applesauce, and a Pop-Tart. Well, I guess, you know, the two that come in a pack. So now is when the real climbing starts. I have almost 2,000 feet of ascent in 2 miles. The grade is about 930 feet per mile. 1.9 to Bigelows Mountain Avery Peak, which is where I'm going. Okay, I'm climbing. I just have to say, slack packing, best invention since sliced bread. Y'all, I'm not saying it's not hard. Like, my legs are still burning. I'm still out of breath. But I am keenly aware of how much more difficult this would be with a full pack. Don't mind the heavy breathing. But I just wanted to say, the whites in the first 90 miles of Maine have completely ruined my perspective on steepness. Like, I used to see a grade in the 600s and be like, oh, it's gonna be a hard climb. But now, if it's less than 1.5 miles and the grade is less than 1,000, I'm like, oh, that'll be fine. Like this climb, 2 miles, grade of 930. Granted, I am slack packing, so that helps a little. But I'm like, oh, well, it's a little bit of a longer one, but not too steep, so it should be fine. Crazy. Every time I get to something like this, I think, oh, I must be at the top, or I must be getting close. And then I round a corner and nope, keeps going up. This is really weird because I know I'm up above 4,000 feet, but I can't tell because I can't see anything. I made it to the top. I had to get really close to this because it is so foggy. I couldn't see it from further away. This is my view. Supposedly, Katahdin is somewhere that way. So, you know. And then I guess in the other direction, if it's clear enough, you can also see Washington. Which it clearly is not. So, but woohoo, made it. The nice thing about getting up here, besides the fact that it is really pretty, I mean, I can't see much, but I can see is pretty, is that this means that even though I still have like 8 miles left or something, I've done most of my ascent. Oh, I guess the official peak sign is up here. Yeah. There, made it. Made it to the West Peak. It's fun because I just started passing all the people from the hostel last night that went SOBO, and I ran into, let's see, I've gone about 10 miles, so I have about 6.8 left or something like that. And I ran into the lady who was thinking, like, if there were enough people, like, to split a shuttle, she was thinking she might slack pack with me. And then I found the Trail Angels, but then I'm taking a 0 tomorrow, and she didn't want to take a 0 tomorrow. So she decided to just leave. She saw me and she goes, "Oh, you're fast." And I was like, yeah, well, it helps that I'm not carrying all my stuff. But yes, I have been going pretty fast today. She goes, "Oh, it's a good thing I didn't try and keep up with you today." So I laughed. So that was funny. I was gonna take a little break before I climbed the horn, but I looked and it's only a like 0.3 or 0.4 mile climb. And there's a shelter in about a mile, so we'll see. Although my stomach is telling me I'm hungry, so I might stop and actually have a snack here. I changed my mind. I made it to Bigelows Mountain Southern Horn, and still no view. My break was a little bit longer than I had planned, but it was nice. I ate a bunch of Cheez-Its, and now I have a lot of descent. Still have about 500 feet of ascent left, I think, but it's mostly like in small little climbs, nothing big anymore. So that's good. I'm going south, obviously. I'm running. I ran down the whole mountain, but I just passed a 2,000 mile marker and I'm like, that's not right. I'm at mile like 2015 right now. Okay, back to running. The descent, the first like third of it was in the clouds and really like a lot of big rocks. So I couldn't really run because I was trying not to slip and fall, which I did slip and fall and landed on a pointy rock. Like, well, I guess it wasn't super pointy, but it was like pointy-ish rock. Landed right on my tailbone, and the adrenaline's been great, but I just stopped running, and so it's kind of wearing off, and it hurts. My tailbone really hurts. So hoping I didn't bruise it or something, but whatever. Either way, it's not really gonna make a difference to my plans. 4:45, and I made it back to the road. Guys, my tailbone hurts so badly. I don't know what I did. I mean, I know I landed right on it on a rock, but it just keeps getting worse. But I'm glad I have a 0 tomorrow, so hopefully that helps. The worrying thing is that I have a Tylenol in my system right now, and it still hurts this badly, so whatever. Alright, it's 7:30 now. I am in bed. Everyone else is downstairs playing ping pong or whatever. But I had mac and cheese for dinner, drank half of my half-gallon container of chocolate milk, and just did some good chit-chatting, and then took a shower, and yeah, now I'm just gonna relax and go to sleep soon, honestly. But I went to the grocery store and I got some stuff for breakfast and for my 0. Got a frozen pizza. I got an entire dozen eggs because they didn't have smaller things, but one of the other through hikers left me an avocado, and so I'm gonna have that with my eggs, and yeah, so that's about it. Yeah. I I just realized it's like 9 o'clock. I'm about to go to bed. I'm just brushing my teeth. But I realized I forgot to do my highlight and character builder. So character builder was falling and hitting my tailbone, and it still hurts. Highlight, probably hanging out with people at the hostel and like absolutely crushing the miles. So yeah, I'm gonna brush my teeth